Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason, a part-time gold prospector based in Wisconsin. That's Rigby, my mining partner. Well, one of them. I just couldn't get the other one, Rexaroni, out of bed today.
I know, Rigby, it's 3:30 in the morning. Well, who's ready to go mining? Yeah. How about you, Rex? You ready to go?
And as you can see, the fall season is here. It's gonna be winter around here pretty quick. All the leaves are gone, the water's getting a little bit chilly. That's not gonna stop us none. We worked right through this all winter long. So I'm gonna grab my bucket right here. I'm gonna show you where I've been working. Let me jump up on the shore here. I went down here to one of my favorite spots. I did a test pan right there where that shovel is. And there's my test pan right down in there. So I'll hop back down in the water. Yep, just like such. Hopefully I don't go in. There we go. And I'll show you my first test pan. Wait. There we go. There, I almost fell. It's pretty darn good. Let's take a little look here. Look at there. There's some nice pieces in there. And lots of them. There's pieces all over in this stuff. It comes right along with all these red and black little pebbles here. They're super heavy. Where you find that stuff, you find the gold. That's for sure. Especially when it's involved with any kind of clay at all. Rigby here, wherever he went, over there, he's the world's most famous gold sniffing hound. Now he found this spot. I just work it. He can't shovel. He doesn't have thumbs. So I got to do all the work. But we're going to do lots of panning today. We're going to do some sluicing. See if we can't rustle up a great big long smile in a gold pan. So come on along. Me and Rigby, we've been grinding away, doing some panning and shoveling over there. And I walked upstream here just a little bit, just to take a little sniff around, take a break. And I happened upon this giant gold nugget right there. Can you believe it? Look at that size of that thing. Ah! Oh my God. Who would do such a thing? At least I got a gold nugget out of it. When I got here this morning, my truck said 28 degrees. It actually feels really nice out here. Once you start grinding, you warm up quick. I don't think I'll have this sweatshirt on all darn day, that's for sure. This is some really, really good material right here. Just full of clay, full of those little red and black rocks on the top, in the middle, underneath. We're gonna do quite well. Lately, every time I come down to this area, there's always somebody here, which is fine. But they're never gonna get it all. I will. So there's always something to do here. You just gotta know where to dig. When I got here, the water was good and clear, so I could see exactly where I had dug and other people have dug. And I know what's going on around here. That is another awesome looking pile of stuff right there. We are gonna crush it today. Crush it. Now we're downstream just a little bit. Got my big old bucket full of mush right here, hopefully full of gold. Well, we know there's gold in it. That test pan was phenomenal. And this is my first scoop right here. Yeah, it looks like I gotta adjust my sluice just a little bit, and we'll do that right now. But it's gonna be a nice day out. I think the sun's supposed to come out. Most importantly, the most important thing is to have fun. We're gonna. All right, I'll grab another scoop out of here, and I'll show you what I mean by we gotta do a little adjusting here. And I'll throw some on there, and it just kind of looks like everything's getting pushed off to one side there. See that? There's hardly any material accumulating here, but over here, it's getting plugged up. Now, maybe not plugged up, but there's a lot more material over there. So we got to either turn the head there a little bit, maybe more in line with the flow. That seems to have done the trick, just like that. You know, the water is coming in a straight line right there. And if you have your sluice twisted one way or the other, it's going to bounce off these side rails right here weird. and push the water to one side or the other. But that was a pretty quick fix, and everything looks like it's doing pretty good. So let's continue. Well, I'm feeding away here, thinking I had this awesome spot all to myself, and then I thought, you know what? That never stopped anybody before. Well, it is no shower November. Maybe that had something to do with it. We got Carl Madley here. We got James, Master of None here. And look who crawled out of bed.
Yeah.
It's Ryan.
Woke up.
They're here to join in the fun. There's Gina. Hey, Gina. Rigby's girlfriend. Yeah. And I see gold already. That's my indicator mat. It's like some real scratchy roof rubber. It just holds on to the gold long enough that you can tell you're shoveling gold on your system. That one's been there for quite a while. So we're running just how I want to. There's another little speck right there. So if it's catching it there, it's definitely catching it in there. Oh, Rigby there, he wants a snack. It's about snack time. I've got that whole pail run, nice and empty. And I was just letting the sluice clean out just a little bit. And I see some really nice looking gold down in there. There's a nice piece right on my indicator mat right there. There's some right down inside of there. Right over there, I saw a nice chunk too. I think it just got sucked in one of those riffles over there. But so far, it's looking good. So I'm gonna get this in a pail and then into my pan. We're gonna take a little look at it. Then we're gonna have a snack. I'm getting a little hungry too. And maybe a little bit thirsty. Yeah, looks pretty clean. Maybe another splash. There. All right. Now we'll take a little look at her. Here's our results. Not too darn bad. Oh, hey, Gina. She's coming over here to help. And we do definitely have a pretty nice looking pile of gold right there. I was actually expecting a little bit more from that test pan we did. Maybe I didn't have my sluice running just right, or maybe I did. Maybe we just dug through the deposit. But there's some nice pieces of gold right there. Look at that one. Ooh-wee. There's a decent amount of big ones, all kinds of small ones. I'm happy. Well, no more messing around. Rigby says it's snack time. And this snack time is brought to you by Salmon's Meats. I just love their products. Yeah, one for you. Gina wants one too. There's little Gina. There you are. Yeah. They need that. They're hard-working miners. Me too. See, now that was a lot of fun. And we got some pretty darn good gold. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of classify panning. Now, I made this pan for the beach. It's got a vortex mat, silicone to the bottom, and it's got a little slot drilled out of the side here, sawed out, and I can classify material right on this pan. The heaviest drop right down into these riffles, and it just kind of saves one step in the process of shoveling into a classifier, shaking it out into a pail, and repeat. Whereas I can do everything except wash the material back at the end and look at the gold. So let me show you how this thing works, because it does work. And we're gonna run through a number of pans and see if we can't find a little bit of color with this baby. And before we get started, I'll just give you a little look at it. This is just an old classifier from a XP pan kit. See that? It's a little bit lighter than something with a total solid bottom. And I just siliconed a vortex mat down into it. See that? Now it's important to note that the lines in that mat run this way compared to the hole, if perpendicular, if you will. That way, when I'm shaking the material out the hole, the gold will get trapped behind those lines in there, versus this way. See that? Where the gold might have an opportunity to run right down those little lines. So let's begin. So I'll just go right in that same hole we were working. Grab a couple of Little steamers out of there, just like this one right here. We'll pop it on there, just like that. All right. All right, now you see I have the hole pointed away from me. Now I'll tip it back towards my body just a little bit. Shake that stuff around, and I'll pull some of these larger rocks like this one out of here once they're cleaned off. Give them a little pitch, and the rest of those rocks will fit right through that hole. And I'll just start going back and forth. Similar to regular panning, I'm just trying to get the heaviest of the material down inside of those little riffles. And I'll pick it up, wash it out. Just like that. See that? All those big rocks go right out the hole. I'll tip it back towards me a little bit, and I'll just shimmy it back and forth under the water just a hair. Just like that. And that's how fast you can go through this material. And like I said, the only downfall I see with a system like this is you can't see how much gold you have in there because it's all trapped down in those riffles. So I brought a tub along here. I'll just go ahead and rinse that out in that tub. And we'll go get another one. And maybe when I get this, I don't know, 5 or 6 pans like that worth in there, we'll pan that out and see what that looks like. But so far, so good. Let's do it. All right. I used that pan right there 5 times. And I've got it all in this tub right here. And I'm going to get it in this here pan. See what we can see. And the results are impressive. And as you can see, exciting. Well, it's not pounds of gold, but by golly, there are a number of pieces in there. My initial test pan sure showed me more promising results than we've been getting, but I'll take that all day long. That's a nice little pile of gold right there. Nothing huge, but there are some slightly larger flakes. I'll take it. Well, that's going to wrap it up for me and Rigby today. We might pan around a little bit here or there, but you guys don't want to see that. Well, maybe you do, but I'm going to go panning around. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We sure had fun making it. We always have fun out in the field, that's for sure. And the next time we're here, there's probably going to be snow and ice. Yeah. So thank you for coming along. Till the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. Helps build our channel. Flourgoldwizards out. What is that now?